All right. So let's go. Let's do this thing. So rep number you'll get tomorrow, and then the office number is 3209. 3209. Your rep number you get tomorrow. Advanced training, or let's go to the office phone number. Office phone number 727-379-2094. 379-2094. Field services phone numbers if you have any like paycheck related question, like a change of address or anything like that. Customer service is if you have a product related question, like a guarantee issue or something along those lines. Someone wants to send something back to get sharpened, whatnot. That's that. VectorConnect.com. That's the website you're going to use to enter all of your orders into the computer. Also, your direct deposit tomorrow for those of you guys who want to sign up. Who has their own bank account in here? Excellent. If you don't, I encourage you to get one. On the back cover of this, under assignments, go ahead and write down under assignments. You need two things for tomorrow. Number one, bring in your social security number, not the card, just your number, social security number. And number two, your direct deposit info, which is the routing and account number to your bank account. If you look up that information tonight before you come in tomorrow, it'll save us a little bit of time for tomorrow's assignments. So routing number and account number along with your social security number. So let's go back to the front cover. Cutco.com is product information. And then the virtual demo is tinyurl.com/Cutco demo. That's the virtual demo. And I would also write down cutcocooking.com underneath that just so you have that as well. All right. So now I'm going to the virtual demo I'm loading up on the screen just so you guys can see it of what it looks like. Advanced training. Now, during your first week, I will run 2 brief advanced trainings to help you just continue to transition into becoming more of an independent rep. These are some of the best trainings that I run as a district manager. They're very short, but they're very good trainings because they're based upon your experience with customers and doing the appointments, okay? Once your training series is done, there's only 2 advanced trainings, and then after that, we just see you twice a week. Once for our weekly team meeting, and then once for your paycheck meeting. But the advanced trainings, the first one is going to be on Monday. That's where I'm going to teach you how to essentially, like basic training right here, I teach you how to take like layups. That's where I'll teach you how to take 3-point shots and dribble between the legs, using that analogy, okay? It's really good stuff. That's going to be on Monday from 10 to 2:30. That's going to be on Monday. If there is a conflict, we'll talk one-on-one. But that's going to be Monday 10 to 2:30. On your advanced training 2 is going to be teaching you more about phone skills and teaching you how to set up your second weekend on the job. That's going to be at 4:30 on Wednesday, and that's going to run right into your first team meeting. The team meetings are every Wednesday night. That's where if you follow us on Snapchat or anything last night, you'll see last night we played Manhunt. After our team meeting, we had water pong for gas cards. I gave away a couple gas cards last night. We did a grab bag for Cutco, and we also booked up over 70 appointments last night. So we had inspiration, we had instruction, we booked up appointments. It's the highlight of the week. We do big paychecks, and that's every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 9:30. So your advanced training 2 will be from 4:30 to 9:30, just because it's going to run right into your team meeting. So it's really only 4:30 to 6, but then the team meeting starts and it goes from 6 to 9:30 every Wednesday. That's the highlight of the week. That's our weekly team meeting. Again, that's where you do your recognition, you get instruction, you meet the whole team. It's a freaking blast. That's my only time that I have my whole team here at once. The paycheck meeting is so you guys get paid, so you don't want to miss that one. All right, that's where we map out your pay along with your schedule for the next upcoming week. That's every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. That one, as long as you give me a notice, we could accommodate you on that. That doesn't start until next week, next Sunday, not this weekend, but next weekend. Like especially the ones that live like far away, we could try to accommodate as much as possible. But majority of the time, you're going to want to be here, so that way, because we're not staffed to like accommodate everything. But if there's an exception, one time here, one time there, it's no problem. We could work through some stuff for sure. But I just need to have enough notice. I spend several hours a week just preparing for that one meeting each week. So Just make sure you let me know well in advance, like a week in advance, if there's ever a conflict. So that way we can try to accommodate you, because they're really geared towards your success. So we'll talk about that individually if there is, but that's your weekly schedule. So during your first week, we see you today and tomorrow. Then I'll see you Monday, then I'll see you Wednesday, and then I'll see you Sunday. And after that, I just see you once a week on Wednesday and once a week on Sunday, and that's your rotation. That's it. So during your first 10 days, it's going to feel like you're coming up here a lot. But after that, you have complete flexibility. Why would I want to have you come up here a little bit more when you're brand new? But then I don't need to see you that much.
Comfortable.
To get you comfortable, answer questions, learn the ropes. Yeah. It's a foundation, right? Lay the foundation, and then once you're done, once the foundation is built, it's easy to kind of build from there. You don't have to spend that much time. But we're flexible, but we also are professionals. So just make sure we're in communication with any conflicts or whatnot. But we'll make it worth your time. Every time you come up here, I promise you, you will leave here better than when you first got here. That's my goal. And if that never happens, if that doesn't ever happen, when you come in here and you leave worse or the same, then you need to tell me, because that means I failed you. Okay? We make sure you leave better than when you first got here, whether they're moving your business forward or your personal growth or your finances forward, because we're all investing our time. I would never, ever want to waste my time, and I definitely never want to waste your time. So just so you guys know, we're on the same page there. Because it costs me a lot of money to run sessions, between this air conditioning and the lights and the rent and everything. So, and I don't get paid a salary. Like Cutco doesn't give me money. I only make money when you guys make money. So every time I run a training or a meeting, it's out of my time, and my time is valuable. To kind of give you an idea, a school will bring me in and pay me $1,000 an hour. So just to speak to their students. So my time is extremely valuable. I wouldn't want to waste mine, and I definitely don't want to waste yours. Cool. So every time I'm going to run a meeting, I highly, highly recommend you to get there if you can. Cool. All right. So those are that conference I mentioned before, June 12th. June 12th. It's in Fort Myers to be determined as far as the timing. The push week, the contest itself is May 28th until June 12th. So that's the contest itself. You guys get a chance to double dip. We have fast start contest along with the push contest, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. You just double dip in free stuff. Like there's like a flat screen TV and like an iPad mini and free stuff up for grabs. It's kind of cool. So, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. All right, let's go to the inside cover. Let's hammer through some of this. So we're going to teach you your presentation. So we'll start with tips for the demo. So tips for the demo. Follow the manual, cut a lot of food, have fun, and call the office. Said differently, read, cut, smile, call, right? Same stuff. Best place for the demo is in the kitchen. Cooking environments, junk knives handy, no distractions, show the husband and wife together. Pennies after 1983 are softer and easier to cut. Customers do all the food cutting, the rope and the leather, you cut the penny. Bring some food to your demo as we talked about. Stay in control of your blue book. So what that means is when you are doing a live appointment, your blue book is in front of you kind of like this, while your white training manual is behind you like this. So it kind of looks something along the lines of here. So it looks like this. All Cutco knives are made in the United States in Olean, New York. They're a fantastic American-made product, high quality, guaranteed forever. Cut penny. Oh. These super shears. Watch this, Mom. These are so sick. And then you increase your enthusiasm. That's pretty much what your first 15 presentations might look like. You hide behind the book and you read it, just to give them the information and point to some pictures. And then when you get to the cutting demonstration, through the roof enthusiasm. Does that make sense? Cool. So as far as that goes. But you want to stay in control of this book, and then when you pause to cut stuff up, you bring it away. Because if they grab this, what are they going to start doing? They're going to just start flipping through. So same thing with the virtual demos. If you direct your attention to the screen, if they're doing a virtual demo, all you do, like right now, I'm streaming live for a student out in South Dakota. Okay, so that's why I'm on YouTube Live right now. But this right here is a virtual demo, so it would be on like FaceTime or Skype or video chat of your choice. And then there's this Prezi on your computer. And then on their computer, they're on FaceTime with the computer, with the Prezi on their computer. So it would sound something like this. So, hey, Ben, are you at your computer? You are? Cool. Go to tinyurl.com/CutcoDemo. Actually, I'll email you the link. Go ahead and click that link. Good. All right, what do you see on your screen right now? I see a flashing arrow. Says Cutco. Cool. Go ahead and click that arrow. All right, what do you see now? You see things for helping me reach my goals? Okay, great. But don't click. Don't click anything at all. Let me explain that slide for you. And then I read my training manual. That becomes my blue book. All the videos are on there, but it's the exact same presentation. Then when you have the knife, like the scissors, you could show the scissors, like these are what the scissors look like, but go ahead and click. Let me show you the super shear demonstration. Go ahead and click. What do you see right now? Cutting a penny? Oh, awesome. Let me explain that to you. And then you just do a play-by-play narrating the videos. Versus on a live appointment, you're holding up the book, pointing to the pictures right here like this, and when you get to a cutting demonstration, you put the book away and you do the cutting demonstrations. See how that works? But you're in control. You're always in control of your presentation. All right. Keep your sample kit closed and pull out the demos as the items progress. So it's not a display, it's a presentation. I'll explain what that means here in a little bit. If a customer ever asks you a price, respond, I know you're excited, I promise I'll cover the price at the end. Who would like to tell me why you don't want to give the price too prematurely?
They'll make a decision.
They determine whether they want to buy before they see it work.
You guys are correct. Using what I taught you already in training today. Why don't you want to give the price? Because what?
Value.
Say it again.
The value.
You got to build a value for the price to make sense. Here's your reaction you want. Ready? If the value's down here, you give them a price before you build value. What are they going to say? That's too what? That's too expensive. If the value's equal to the price, what are they going to say? Maybe I might buy it. But if the value is far greater than the price, they're going to be like, oh, dang, I thought it was going to be more. You guys see that? And is that the reaction we want? Every time. That's how you make a sale on almost every one of your presentations. Build a value far greater than the price. So said differently, do I want them to think Cutco's cheap, or do I want them to think it's more expensive than it actually is? More expensive than it actually is. So when I get to the actual price, they're like, I thought it was going to be more than that. What a good deal. Does everyone see how that works? Light bulb? Okay. That's important. That's important. We're going to revisit that in training all throughout today, but you want to help them think it's going to be more than it actually is. If I get them to think one knife is 10 grand, they may say, knife, 10 grand. Tiffany's did it. Tiffany's got society to believe that one little ring is worth 10 grand. Louis did it. Louis got society to believe that one purse is worth 2 grand. Right? You follow? So they did it through the same value building techniques that you guys are going to be equipped with to build a value higher than the price, where someone actually sees that price point and they're like, that's a good deal. Where someone looks at a Tiffany ring and they're like, that's 10 grand, that's a good deal. Look at a Louis purse for 2 grand, they're like, yeah, that's a good deal. That's what it's supposed to be. You guys see? Cool. So just something to think about. Value versus price. Apple, you could fill in the blank. You do the exact same thing. All right. And always use your cutting board, clean up this thing. Here's why. Why do you want to clean up? Do you want to clean up fast or slow? You always want to clean up slow because they're writing down recommendations while you're cleaning up. So do you want to clean up fast or slow? Slow to give them more what? Time. You can see that? So if you clean up slow, they get more time to write down more names. Does everyone see? How do you make sure you do that? Tomorrow, one of your assignments will be to bring in a 3-ring binder. So that way you have a binder that looks like this. So how do you get sheets of recommendations that look like this from each of your appointments? How do you get them to fill out this many recommendations? Key number 1 is give them enough what? You got to give them enough time. If you only give them 2 minutes to write down a list, they're not going to write down a list. They write down 2 or 3. Does everyone see? But you give them enough time, you'll get a binder full of recommendations. Cool. And Grant took this advice, and he got last two appointments he did. He got 37 recommendations from them on 2 appointments, right? So you got to give them enough time to write down 37 recommendations from 2 appointments. You got to give them enough time to do so. Cool. And what's interesting is I think I worked with maybe 3 grants out of 4,000 my whole career. And I have 2 in this class and 1 last week, right? So it's a good name, strong name. So let's go. If your customer already owns Cutco, who knows someone who owns Cutco? A couple of you guys? Cool. Thompson, go in and read if your customer already owns Cutco for us.
Do full presentation. It's great practice, and they forget like the important details. Ask for a customer testimonial for Blue Book. Test their Cutco on the rope and leather to determine if sharpening is needed. The closing process, use page 13, closing for Cutco owners, create a Cutco wish list, and then they love upgrading to sets, adding accessories, and buying gifts.
Excellent. So do the full presentation, and then tomorrow I'll show you some of the other techniques with building that wish list and whatnot. Okay. So there are 7 steps to do an effective presentation. How many steps? 7. So we're going to go through those 7 steps. They're super simple. You forget everything I teach you right now. Just read, cut, smile, and call your coach at the end. But I'm going to teach you the 7 steps, okay? So step number 1 is page 1. Let's go through this. So building rapport, also known as social etiquette. Social etiquette. Find someone to compliment. Get to know the customer. Ask a lot of questions. So this is where you want to chit-chat with them for at least 10 minutes. How many minutes? 10. The more they talk, the better. Because the more they talk, the more comfortable they're getting. So you want to talk about as much as possible or as little as possible. You let them talk as much as possible. The more they're talking, the more comfortable they're getting. So you just kind of chit-chat, tat it up, summer vacations, travel, whatever it might be. And then they're going to say, so what are you here to show me? What are you here to do? Tell me about you. That's when you transition into your presentation. You'll tell them a little bit about yourself, like your school, your major, your hobbies, interests, your family, dream job. You'll tie them into some of your goals, and then you'll say why you're working with Cutco. You'll talk a little bit about some of the contests that are up for grabs, such as your Fast Start contest, that President's Club letter we talked about, the All-American Scholarship, and then you say, listen, like I said on the phone, you don't have to get anything. I paid to show it to you, but if you were going to get Cutco, today would be a good day to do it because it would help me towards my goals, and you get a fantastic product. It's a great product. It sells itself. I'll show it to you today. Do cookies you like to, love to, or have to. Either way, Miss Jones, you're going to love Cutco. That's essentially page 1. What I'm going to do is, first and foremost, let me explain this President's Club letter, just so you understand. This is one of probably the most prestigious opportunities and awards that we give to a student, because this letter, you can't buy this, okay? This is not a recommendation letter from like your soccer coach or your 12th grade English teacher. This is from what does it say? What does it say? What is the title right there?
CEO of Vector.
So this is the CEO of a $260 million international marketing firm. You guys follow? So that's what this is. And it's hand signed, personalized to you or your future employer, letter of recommendation with a hand-signed certificate of accomplishment. You can't get this because your dad's last name. Like, you only could earn this, and it is a fantastic letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if you open up your blue book, some of your blue books might even have a sample one in it. If it doesn't, it will by tomorrow. It should be like maybe 2 pages in. Looks like most of your blue books aren't updated yet, so you don't have the handout. Cynthia has the handout right there, so everyone can partner with Cynthia. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing to you. I'm just gonna read this paragraph. So check it out. Any individual within an organization that achieves this distinction certainly is a highly motivated and talented individual. Direct sales have long been recognized as a proving ground from all walks of life. For successful business people of all walks of life, it requires hard work, self-discipline, a willingness to accept challenge, and a high degree of personal responsibility. Trevante, your name, is such an individual, and that is why I feel comfortable in passing along my personal recommendation to you. Feel free to contact me directly at my phone number to let me tell you about this, how I feel about this fine young individual. Hand signed, Albert T. DiLeonardo, CEO of Vector Sales. You can't buy this thing. So this is under the banner of professional experience, professional growth. You want to go into your job interviews with this letter of recommendation in your portfolio, all of your sales awards and accomplishments here, with a resume that quantifies your success here. What do we mean by quantifies your success? We were talking about Publix earlier. Publix, it's a good starting job, good high school job, but you can't quantify your customer service skills there. All you can say is front-end service clerk. Provide a quality service, and you talk about what your qualities were that you learned there. But here at Vector, you can quantify it. Using the numbers I had on the board, I was responsible for $10,000 in company product sales, accumulated 29 different customers through self-generated appointments and word-of-mouth advertising. From those 29 customers, generated over 200 referrals and recommendations to future potential customers for a multi-million-dollar national marketing firm. Achieved 4 pay raises in my first 10 days, 2 weeks, 4 weeks on the job. You guys see what I mean? Quantify your experience. So you have a resume that quantifies your experience, a letter of recommendation that backs that experience, plus the confidence and competence that went behind you receiving that type of experience as well. My representatives do not go in for job interviews after college. They interview companies to figure out which ones they want to work for. You sell $10,000, you have 4 pay raises here, you get one of these letters of recommendation. That's it. 10 grand. Most of you will hit that in 10, 20 days from now. Cool? So that's your President's Club certificate. I highly recommend you to check that out and earn that. So that's your letter of recommendation. The scholarship. Oh, it's All-American Scholarship. This is a big sales competition. This is like Girl Scout cookies, but for college kids. So instead of winning a bicycle, you win money to help pay for school. It's a sales performance scholarship. It is all competitive based on cumulative sales for that campaign. As far as the scholarship goes. Then you have your Fast Start contest, which is an opportunity for you to get those things that I listed off before, the $1,800 in Cutco, fast cash, a VIP night, sustainable part-time income, but a full-time income, part-time work, an opportunity to advance and get on the radar of the division manager, along with winning an awesome company trip to a tropical location. So that's your Fast Start contest. And then you have your personal goals. So what I'm going to do for you very quickly, and then I'll have you fill in these blanks and partner up. I'm going to do for you what I used to do with my customers, okay? I haven't done this in quite some time, but I'll go back 15 years. Cool? So, Miss Jones, I just want to first, I'll say mom. All right, Angel, you be mom. Ready? So mom and Trevor, dad. So mom and dad, thank you so much for sitting down with me and doing my appointment. I really appreciate this. And I just want to tell you first a little bit about me. As you know, mom and dad, I grew up here in New Jersey, and as you know, I'm the youngest of 8, you know, a big crazy family here in Jersey, and as you know, I'm going to University of South Florida for engineering, and I'm a huge Miami Dolphin fan. I love to travel and experience new things. My dream job is to travel the world and speak to young people and influence the masses to help them take control of their lives outside of the academic arena, and I'm working with Cutco right now, mom and dad, because Cutco provides a great space for me to learn the triple growth opportunity, which is personal, professional, and financial. Like, I want to grow myself personally with confidence and communication skills and working with people. Professionally, I want to build my resume and my portfolio. And financial, I want to pay my own way through school. I don't want to rely on you two. I want to pay my own way through college. So that's really why I'm using this business as an opportunity to do so. To be able to pay my way through school. And I have a couple of goals that I'm working towards, mom and dad. I'll show you. These huge Dolphin fan, as I mentioned. I want to take a motorcycle road trip to a Miami Dolphins game. So it's one of my goals I want to do as a college kid. By selling $250,000 worth of Cutco as a college kid, that'll be enough for me to travel the world, set up my retirement investments at a young age, graduate debt-free, and be able to have just a really cool lifestyle as a college kid. So I'm excited about that. I want to break some records with the company. I want to advance into management just to develop my skills of leading other people and leading groups of people. So if I ever want to own a business later on in life, I can do so. I do want to write a book. That's one of my goals on self-development and improvement. And I want to hone in on my professional and public speaking skills, because I could work on that, like working one-on-one, but also working in group settings. So these are some of my long-term goals. My short-term goal right now is I'm in this Fast Start contest, which I'm excited about. I could win a trip. And my goal is to sell $10,500 in the next 2 weeks. You can see all the people who've purchased from me so far. I'm about $4,000 away from that goal. So actually, mom and dad, if you just want to buy all of that today, that'd be great. It's only $4 grand. I hit my goal, and then I could spend the rest of the time with you. I'm just kidding. But if you want to get anything today, not only would you be helping me towards my goals, but you would get a fantastic product. Cutco is awesome. They have everything from kitchen tools to garden stuff, outdoor stuff. You will love the product. You can even divide it over 5 months if you need to. And by the way, mom and dad, do you cook because you like to, love to, or have to?
Have to.
You hate cooking, mom? I totally feel you are going to love Cutco. It's going to make life so much easier and get you out of the kitchen as fast as possible next time you have to go cut some stuff up. So are you ready to see Cutco? Now, mom and dad, do you cook because you like to, love to, or have to? You love cooking?
Love it.
Oh my God, you are going to love Cutco. It's going to make the hobby that you enjoy doing that much more enjoyable, because the tools are going to be way better than you've ever used before. It's going to be fantastic. Let me show you Cutco. Good point. Give me some light bulbs. What are some things that you noticed that I did before I have you guys fill in your blanks and we practice? Angel, please.
So even if they hate it, like when they're cooking or if they love cooking, the Cutco will help them.
Excellent. Either way, it still works for them, right? Because we're not looking for gourmet chefs. We're not selling oregano and spices, right? Why? Do you need to be a cook to slice a tomato? No. Do you need to be a cook to peel a mango? No. Do you need to be a cook to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? No. Do you need to be a cook to cut up a pineapple or rotisserie chicken? No. To cut a watermelon? No. To chop up vegetables for a salad or an omelet? No. To slice a garlic bread for the time you make a garlic bread? No. To carve a turkey around holidays a couple of times a year? No. You guys follow me? You don't have to be a cook to have kitchen stuff. It's kitchen stuff. It's a tool that every household in America has. I would say 95% of America has this table in their kitchen. It's just not Cutco. And what people like to do in our society, what they like to upgrade. Have any of you guys ever upgraded your phone? Right? I don't know about you, but I'm fired up. I get my upgrade in December. In December, I get my upgrade. Know what that fancy term means? Charge me more money. That's what that means, right? That's the fancy term for charging me more money. But I get excited every time because I get the newest model. That's all it is. They get the newest, better, improved model of their kitchen stuff. The goal is for them to do it all at once and rip off the Band-Aid, but most people start with a grocery bill. Our goal is to help them start with a set, which is like a laptop. Isaiah, what was the light bulb? You raised your hand?
The excitement in your presentation.
Enthusiasm. Excellent. Excellent. Any other light bulbs, debriefs? We'll go Grant, and then we'll go to Tyler.
The way you repeat their name, so they feel personalized.
Mom and Dad. I said mom and dad lunch. Make it personalized. Excellent observation. And Tyler?
You said like some jokes to make it more personal and less like formal.
Excellent. So make it personal, make it fun. So you don't have to be me. Just be in the enthusiastic version of you, whatever that looks like. Cool? So go ahead and fill in these two blanks, personal story, and I'm working with Cutco Because. Fill those in for you. I'll give you a minute or two for that, and then we'll do some parent practice role play. So let me tell you a little bit about me, and then the one in the middle where it says I'm working with Cutco Because. Okay. So what we're going to do as you're finishing up your thoughts, we're going to do our first role play, which it's a practice session, okay? The first time I did this, I felt like I forgot how to read. It was like the first time I drove a stick shift on a car. It was like stall, you know? I was trying to like act it out. I never did anything like that before. So here's what I'll say. All I want you to do is just get a feel for it. The first 1 or 2 times might be a little awkward, but as you do it a few times, it's like becomes natural for you. Okay, I never had a theater class, never did acting. Remember, video game nerd, engineering. But this is a good opportunity to kind of get the kinks out. That's all it is. Every time you mess up, you're gonna give your partner a high five. You're gonna be like, "That was awful," and then you're gonna give them a high five because you're not celebrating the mess up. What are you celebrating?
That you realize.
You realized it, so you could fix it for next time. Because sometimes we mess up, we don't even notice. But when you realize it, you can actually fix it. That's a big thing to celebrate. So that way you don't make the same mistake twice. Okay. So anytime oh man, that was bad. I'm gonna fix that next time. High five. Cool. So supportive environment. We're gonna read just page 1. If you want to use your blue book, you could. You don't have all the handouts in it yet, but just to get familiar with holding it up, you're just gonna do page 1. You're gonna do it 2 times each. 2 times each. So what we'll do is we'll partner up. We'll have the 2 of you over here. We'll do 2, and then we'll do 2, and then we'll do a triangle with the 3 of you in the back right there. Then we'll have the 2 of you over here, 2 of you over here, and then 2 of you over here. Okay, cool. So do it 2 times each. Cool. And then we'll move on to the next page. Any questions? So you could walk around, stand up if you want to. You could sit at the table. Either way, and go ahead and start that up 2 times each. All right. Started at thank you so much. Avoid the awkward rapport and stuff. Just started at thank you so much for taking the time. Yeah, you can be. Okay, cool. The blue books, you haven't done that yet, right? No. Okay, because, yeah, I was... If you need help, Will's here, so just ask him. Ask Will for help if you need help.
show how we like sell them.
Just page one. Just page one. 2 times each. Two times each. 2 times each. Two times each. You guys went 2 times each already? Cool. You're 2 times each already? All right, give your partner a high five, say great job. Cool. Any questions on that section there on page 1? Pretty simple. So what do we do? What are we getting accomplished on that page? We talk about them, they talk about us, we share our goals, we create an open mind, and we get them excited about the appointment. Any questions? Good? Cool. Let's go to step 2. So step 2 in the presentation. So at the top of page 2, it tells you, turn to the company page in your blue book. On the virtual appointment, it looks like that. On the live appointment, it looks like this. So it says, before we begin, we need your favorite serrated edge, straight edge, steak knife. We also need a shiny penny, some food to cut up and snack on. Today I'll tell you why Cutco is the top selling maker beer brand in the United States. And then we'll take a look at the product line, review prices, specials at the end. That's when you call your manager. Ms. Jones, I only work through referrals, so if you like me and Cutco enough, tell your friends about me. That's where you'll point to the sponsorship page, which you'll have tomorrow. So if you can write underneath that, in parentheses, write explain sponsorship. So you're going to write that in. Explain sponsorship. All right. And what the sponsorship is every time a customer gives you 10 recommendations, they become a sponsor. Every 10 is a sponsor. Whenever you get 50 sponsors, you get $150 in free Cutco. And you could use that for whatever you'd like. And you can win that 3 times a year. It's $450 a year you can get just for essentially getting sponsors. I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, but you just kind of briefly explain that there. Then it says, let me tell you a little bit about the company. Cutco Knives have been around since 1949, made in Olean, New York, $200 million sold, 16 million customers. Go to them right that and next to 16 million customers. That's 1 out of 8 households in America own Cutco. 1 out of 8 households in America own Cutco. So $200 million sales. Guys, I just want you to keep that in mind. I mean, that's a lot of knives. I mean, last year was $260 million. So, you know, we're selling big business, So let me show you. Let's see if this works. Who said they know someone who owns Cutco? Raise your hand. We'll go around real quick. Who is it that you know owns Cutco?
Oh, my grandparents.
Grandparents. How long did your grandma had it for?
They said like more than 50 years.
Over 50 years. Same knives. They have a couple pieces or a set?
I think they have a set.
A set.
Yeah.
Over 50 years. Love it. Who is it that you know, Michelle?
I asked my friend if I could show his mother the knives, and he told me his mother already had a set. She's had it for about 2 years.
About 2 years. Love it. Excellent. Who else knows someone who owns Cutco? Is this just 2 of you? Really? All right. Let me just show you a couple quick advanced tip, but I'm going to give it to you. Ready? In my blue book, every time I saw someone who owned Cutco during this page, I would show these what is called I Love Cutco letters. They're called testimonials. And, you know, we're going back where I would just use pen and paper for everything, right? Now everything's digital. but I would just get an I Love Cutco letter from everyone. So from grandma, from a friend's mom, you got to get a I Love Cutco letter on how long they had it for, how much they love it, because what does that do? That builds what? Builds value. Builds value. Nowadays, we do a video. Check, I'll show you a couple.
My name is Deborah Golden. I live in Tampa, Florida, and I've had my Cutco about 4 years. I love them, love them.
Does she just like her knives? She loves them, right? These are her knives.
Mainly because they slice nicely, they last a long time, but my favorite is the scissors. I love how it cuts the bone of the chicken. Bye.
My name is Colin Foster. This is another real Cutco customer.
So all you do one of these little videos, right? You do one of these little videos, and you know you hear what people have to say about their knives, and you know, they give their little story. This one's a really good one. Check this one out. You know, they have, you could see, you know, a smaller set, some steak knives, and some kitchen tools, a little block. But check out what they have to say.
Oh, excuse me. Good morning. Con's been kind enough to tell Lucius, and you won't regret it.
That's kind of cool, right? Same set of kitchen knives. But this one right here, remember we were talking about big fish? So you saw like a normal, regular HM3 type of house. Let me show you a big fish. So that way, if you end up going to a big fish's house, you know what it looks like, okay? And they always buy a lot of Cutco. So you see how much Cutco they have? They have the big block set. So just to point out a couple of things. This is how you know if you're in a big fish's house. See the granite countertop, wood cabinets. See wood cabinets. This is a brick, nice tile backsplash. The leather couches here. These nice big pictures on the wall. All of that, like this kitchen right here, just to give you an idea, is about a $40,000 to $50,000 kitchen. That's why they could drop a couple grand on Cutco, no big deal, because they spend that much money on their kitchen already. These couches right here, those are probably about $6,000 to $8,000 couches, right? These pink pictures right here are probably about $1,000 each or more. So they obviously appreciate quality stuff. But here's what I want you to say: if you're in a big fish's house, this is why a big fish buys Cutco. Listen to what she has to say.
My name is Jody Felice, and I am from Lithia, Florida, and I have had my Cutco knives. We started about 12 years ago, right when we got married, collecting them, and through the years we've continued to grow our set, and I love to cook, and we love to eat.
Love to cook,
so
love to eat.
Love the vegetables, things that cut the vegetables and the meat.
Something to make cutting vegetables and meats easy. Steak knives, sharpness.
I'm very picky about the cut of this meat, and they cut perfectly, and it's hard to go to someone else's house and use other people's knives that aren't nearly as great as these Cutco. And the service has been great, and we've really been happy with our Cutco knives. We wouldn't ever have any other knives. Thank you.
So what are her reasons? Why would a big fish buy a lot of Cutco or a larger set? They like to cook, they like to eat.
She's been collecting them.
So she adds on continually over the years. Appreciates the service. She said the service, right? She has someone coming out to her house to sharpen her knives for her right at her home.
Eating at other people's houses is completely different.
Right? She's spoiled, right? She's a knife snob, right? You know, I like quality stuff. So that's essentially that's why someone will spend a little bit extra. This is my last one. I'll show you. This is one of my favorites. Ready? Check this one out. This one's awesome.
Okay, go customer.
Look at this. 4, 5, 6 pieces of Cutco, small tray. Check this out.
My name is Kathy Holochek. I've had my Cutco for about 55 years, and it was one of the best investments I ever made. I bought.
Are you not amazed? Ladies and gentlemen sitting in front of me, if we had a brainstorm for something that you could buy 55 years ago, and you could still use it every day, and said, what did she say? What was her words? It's the best what? Best investment I ever made. Do you know how many microwaves this woman gone through in 55 years? You know how many mattresses, couches, right? Cars, husbands. I mean, 55 years. 55 years is a long time. How many sets of knives had this woman have to go through in 55 years? One. Because that representative who sat down with her made sure they did a really good presentation. That's it. Do you think that kid still has their commission on the sale? No. That's why I sat down with every single person and wanted them to own Cutco for that reason. For the price of a grocery bill, for the price of a computer, and then she never, ever has to get them ever again, and 55 years later, she still uses them. That's why it's the best investment she could ever make. You feel me? This part of your presentation, this company page, is where you're explaining this with your enthusiasm to your customer. $200 million, 16 million customers, 1 out of 8 households, American made, right? So, have any of you guys ever heard of, see that sentence right there? Buy once, use every day, never replace. What is that? Buy once, B, use every day, never replace. Buns, add the S, saves money. Add saves money next to that. So you get the full effect, buns, multiple buns. Saves money. Have any of you guys ever heard of Modern Marvels before? Modern Marvels, it's a dad show. It's on the History Channel. It's pretty popular. I'm not going to play the full episode for you, but they did an episode on the world's sharpest. Of every items, knives in the world, they did an episode on the world's sharpest, and this was an episode they did on, of course, who do you think? Right?
Today, the most vicious enemy any of us attack with a razor-sharp blade might be a common vegetable. But there's no need to carry a 20-plus inch katana blade into the kitchen. Cutco Cutlery of Olean, New York, claims to create the sharpest kitchen knives in the world.
And then
starts with a steel alloy containing.
They go through a whole nerd section of like all the materials that we use and like the best quality materials and the manufacturing process and how we three-step heating process to make sure it's the best steel, best quality, best process. We go through it, how it's hand honed and hand sharpened and all of that. This part's really cool. So check this out. They polish it up by hand. Then they buff it up. Watch this. So they polish that edge to make it perfect. Look how sharp they get it. Ready? Listen to this.
Heated, ground, sharpened, and deburred. The cutting edge now measures a super thin 1/10,000th of an inch. 20 times thinner than a human hair.
20 times thinner than a human hair. That's how sharp they get that edge. If you continue to watch a video, they have what is called the CATRA test, Cutlery Allied Trades Research Association, CATRA, and they test Cutco against all other knives on the market on test media to figure out of package sharpness and edge retention, how long it stays sharp. Cutco is 40% sharper out of package and 40% longer edge retention than any other knives that are out there. So why do I believe everyone should own Cutco? Because not only is it American made, not only is it buns, but it's also the sharpest knives in the world according to these tests. You guys follow? Getting some light bulbs, getting some stuff. This whole part of your presentation is establishing this credibility. So customers hearing this and they're thinking, all right, I'll do business with this company. I like this product. This makes sense to me. Have any of you guys ever heard of Dr. Phil? I'm sure you heard Dr. Phil. Okay, this was Cutco on Dr. Phil when he did an episode here.
Every cook needs in the kitchen is a sharp set of knives to help chop up all those healthy foods. So Cutco knives are the top of the line knives that come with a butcher block cutting board and a lifetime guarantee. They retail.
So when you see it on Modern Marvels,
so everybody in the audience,
you see it on Dr. Phil. This is KBar. There's that knife standing up over there. It says USMC. What does that stand for? U.S. Marine Corps. That is what our troops use overseas in combat. This is military-grade combat knives. And Cutco manufactures them in the same exact factory, KBar and Cutco, same factory in Olean, New York. You could stab a tree with this knife and stand on it. This is what our troops use overseas. KBar, USMC, made in Olean, New York, okay? And this is the Cutco Explorer, which is for civilians. This is for our troops, that's for civilians, that we actually redistribute and sell them with the double D edge, the Craton grip, and a forever guarantee. We're the only company that has the rights to be able to sell a military grade combat knife to civilians for people that like do outdoor activity and camping. That is the baddest unit you will ever hold. I mean, that thing is so ridiculous, right? They use it for parachute lines, foxholes, to combat. I mean, break open windows. I mean, that is what they use for protection, and we're the only company that can redistribute for civilians, which is pretty cool. That's KBar. You sit down with a veteran, and you tell them about Cutco makes KBar, they'll buy. They'll buy because they know the quality. They know it's military quality. It's amazing. We also, you may have heard of Made in America. You guys ever heard of that show? It's on the Travel Channel. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that show, but with John Ratzenberger, he travels to all American-made companies and factories across the United States. There was an episode like Burt's Bees. There was a Jelly Belly, Zamboni. So all these different shows.
If you want to know America, you've got to meet the folks who work in factories and workshops. People who make real things and take pride.
So they go to all American-made factories, all American-made workshops, and of course, this was an episode on Cutco. So.
Just don't get any less dull.
So check this out. He's about to shave his arm with a Cutco knife.
Jim Stitt, a real hair razor.
This is razor sharp.
It doesn't get more razor sharp than that. I can see you haven't demonstrated this for a while.
I'm trying to hold off for a while this summer.
Cutco was born in 1949 after the marriage of Alcoa, an aluminum company, and Case, a knife manufacturer. The man responsible for why Cutco knives feel so comfortable in your hand was Thomas Lamb.
By the way, Thomas Lamb, the guy who invented our handle, that's who my wife and I named Tommy after, which is funny, because we both met in Cutco, you know, over 10 years ago. But so we wanted to do something fun. But Thomas Lamb, now he obviously he's just a guy who invented the handle, but he's the same guy. The Cutco found him because he invented hairdryer handles, the Porsche turbo joystick, polio crutches, F-16 fighter pilot joystick. He tested 700 pairs of hands to get that design to fit perfectly in left, right, bigger, small hands. And Cutco paid him $1 million back in the 50s to create that design, and then paid another $1 million to patent it. It's a $2 million handle design, just to make it perfect for the average customer. So we were like, all right, we'll name Tommy after Thomas Lamb. It's funny, but it's amazing. So you guys could see these are all American workers up in New York making the product line. We have a catalog of 200 items that they all manufacture up there in New York, all handcrafted, native machineries, and it's really cool to get a chance to experience this. I took about a dozen of my top people up to see the factory in November. We went to Niagara Falls, went to Buffalo, and we took a tour. It was a 4-day trip, and took a tour of the factory, met the factory workers, and met the president of the company. And it's always a fantastic. I do it every year, and it's a really cool part of the Leadership Academy that we do it for our people. But everything's hand tested, quality control. This part of the video, though, I want to show you this one. This one's awesome.
To the customer. Cutco knives aren't available in stores. You can only buy them from a Cutco representative who comes to your home and demonstrates why they're a cut above. Most of Cutco's reps are college students out of school for the summer. They claim that all they have to do to make a sale is show up, because the knives sell themselves. After all the slicing and dicing, anyone still skeptical is usually won over.
So the guarantee, check this out.
It's unconditional, forever.
This is a forever guarantee. Doesn't matter who it belongs to. It's guaranteed. It's not, you don't have to show proof of purchase.
No proof of purchase.
Guaranteed. We've been doing this for over 55 years.
Now, almost 70 years now.
Do nothing but refurbish products that
So all these factory workers.
This will look like this.
Look at that.
When you ship it back. Imagine the grin on their faces when they open that box.
Look at that. So that whole section of the factory, Cutco pays millions of dollars a year just to refurbish, polish, sharpen current Cutco customers' product. That's like if Mac or Apple had a whole section of their factory that I just sent back my MacBook every 5 to 10, 15 years, and they give me a new MacBook Pro every year, every 5 years, every 10 years, whenever I needed a new MacBook. It'd be amazing, right? It just doesn't exist. So I know I said before buns, and I know it's kind of joking, but it's true. We could sit here and try to brainstorm any product that you can sell. I know it sounds weird when we say, yeah, Mom, I'm selling knives, or Dad, I'm selling knives, but like realistically, this is your product. This is what you get a chance to take pride in. This is your service. That's exciting. Our reps like that. Our reps enjoy that. Our reps feel proud about that. So that's KBar. And then we also have our local, we have national charities and local charities. This is our local one. It's called PB&J for Tampa Bay. You may have seen us on the news, but this was a news station release on PB&J for Tampa Bay.
It's always like this. This is about what it looks like. That's why it's called a frenzy.
And it's a frenzy that's feeding the needy in Tampa Bay.
So this just kind of explains. Well, our next frenzy is actually Sunday morning, just so you guys know. But we do this once a month, and this kind of explains a little bit about it.
After you work all week long, the last place that you want to spend your Sunday morning is back in the office, back at work. But one group of do-gooders in Pinellas Park look forward to their monthly meeting back at work. 10 News reporter Bonnie Lewis is on the road where that trip back to work helps.
I get it.
It's not a lot of work if there's a lot of people. Even on the weekend, the workload keeps growing.
It's always like this. This is about it. This is what it looks like. That's why it's called a frenzy.
A frantic, hectic, sticky frenzy.
But it's towards a good cause. It's a good cause, right?
Michael Abramowitz and the rest of these volunteers call themselves PB&J for Tampa Bay.
I like peanut butter jelly.
We need some jelly ploppers.
You see that spatula spreader, right?
Last February, they started meeting and made 350 sandwiches.
Well, like, let's do it again. So we did 500.
And now?
We made a lot of sandwiches, let's put it this way.
17,450 sandwiches before today.
Simple thing we can do to make a big change.
You can work up quite an appetite working this fast. But this food won't be eaten here.
There's the guy. Let's give him some sandwiches. You hungry, man? We got some sandwiches for you. Thank you. God bless you. All right. So it's about right there.
Once per month, this group feeds those who truly are hungry.
Do you know anyone who might need some food? We have a whole box.
What started as just jelly on bread.
What's your name?
Truly.
You guys hungry?
Has spread.
That makes me happy. Makes me proud. I got food. I know I can eat. I got enough. See? I got enough.
Enough. Thanks to the frenzy.
The hope for humanity is no longer.
So we do this once a month, every Sunday mornings here, but there was actually just one last week.
It's not just the sandwich. It's not just the meal. It's more than just that.
It was somewhere in an apartment complex or something like that that just got together and did it. We've actually expanded now. It's PB&J for USA because we had a couple frenzies in California, Texas, Arizona, Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Jersey. So we had to change it from PB&J for Tampa Bay to PB&J for USA, and we're approaching 70,000 sandwiches now, which is pretty cool. So that's why I usually have bottles of water that I buy them and then I sell them for 50 cents a bottle, and you just put your donations in there. But we sold out of bottles of water, so I could go buy more. And then every appointment that you guys do, if a customer gives a donation to a jar of peanut butter or jelly, a loaf of bread, with $5, we could feed 20 people with $5. So each of you will have like one of these little handouts in your book, and you can talk about that with your customers. So that's where it says Cutco's involved in many local and national charities. Cool, you guys like that? So any questions on that? Let me tell you a little bit about your company that you're working for. You feel good? All right. Now, what is the customer thinking at this point in time? After you kind of explained what you just explained. What was that? Oh my goodness, this is good. I can do business with this company. I can stand behind this. And then we show them the product line. And we show them the product line, you cut the penny and you peel the carrot. I mean, these are awesome. So tomorrow we'll do the live demos. I'll show you the virtual now. So these are super shears. Hey, grandma, check these out. What do you see on your screen right now? You see the scissors? You see how they come apart at a right angle, right? They go right in the dishwasher safe. Look at this. That is a penny, grandma. You see this? He is cutting a penny. Yeah, those are scissors. Cutting the penny. You could use this for anything around the house. You use it for broccoli or any type of vegetables. Use it for thin packages. Even gauze. You know, gauze is really tough to cut sometimes. Look at that. It just goes right through. It doesn't fold over the scissors. Hard molded plastic goes right through. Those things are usually tough to cut through. Fabrics, that's leather. So it's good for like any type of household arts and craft projects. Awesome for thin wires in the garage or rubber tubing for hoses. Even the real thick stuff, grandma, like cardboard. Check this out. Double layer cardboard. What am I doing right now? I'm narrating the videos, hyping it up. You see? That's all the virtual demo is. I'm just giving the play-by-play, like I'm watching a sports game. So I'm like a sports announcer giving the play-by-play of the video. On the virtual appointment, that's what you do. On the live appointment, I'm cutting the penny. I'm like, how sick is this here? Yeah. Any questions on that? By the way, those scissors are pretty sick. Just saying. Then you got the peeler. Veggie peeler. Watch this. Smoothest peel you ever see. Look at that. Bam. That veggie peeler is so legit. It peels backwards and forwards. Okay? Look at it. That's a papaya. Okay? Papaya. It's perfect for eggplant, papaya, mango, sweet potato, regular potatoes, carrots, cucumbers. There's a safeguard to protect your hand, a little bucket at the top for taking eyes out of potatoes, peels backwards and forwards, and the blade pops out for easy cleaning. Both of those, grandma, are guaranteed forever. They're dishwasher safe, And a lot of times, one of my customers end up getting one of those 2 items for free at the end of this appointment. I'll show you how. What is my customer thinking now after step 2?
I might do something free.
All right, dang. I didn't think I was going to... I thought it was going to be like Girl Scout cookies. I didn't know you were about to show me something really good and useful that I could get use out of. I think I'm going to what? I think I might buy something. Does everyone see how that works? It's called creating an open mind. You're creating the interest just by simply reading, cutting, smiling. That's all you're doing. And it's creating the interest in the product line. Any light bulbs questions? Debrief before I transition. Give me 1 or 2. Anything from page 2. 1 or 2 of you, and then I'll move forward. Please, we'll go Tyler.
Like the KBar part of it. Like before, you wouldn't want to try to sell to dads and stuff. Like dads who are in the military, if you bring the fact that it was like KBar stuff too, then about okay, now I know what you're talking about and be more interested in it than just regular.
Yep. And know what happens? Hey, Miss Jones' mom, if you want to buy the set for yourself, Dad, I'll throw in a KBar and a fishing knife for free for you. That's how we kill it. So instead of just selling a KBar or a fishing knife, you sell the set and give them that for free. That's how my best peeps do it, for sure. Any other takeaways on page 2, step 2? Who in here's thinking this is pretty simple? Pretty simple? You see how it's all laid out for you? Piece of cake. I could give you guys some knives right now, some leather and some food, and you guys can go make some sales to your top 5 customers. This part is so simple. It really is. The part that people get caught up on is like 20% of the job. 80% of the job is this. 20% of the job people get caught up on is the looking up phone numbers, because it takes a little bit of time, and people typically want like immediate gratification, and making the phone calls of like booking up the appointments, because most people your age range like try to do everything through like text message, and it's not effective in the business world. You got to use the phone. And it just takes a little bit of time. Again, it avoids that immediate gratification of like, I send a text or I buy something online, I want immediate results. But the phone, you know, some people don't pick up, and you got to wait, and you have patience and stuff like that. That's 20% of the job that gives you the flexibility. But the 80% of the job is this. The 80% is simple, but the 20% is how you get to the 80%. Cool? All right. Page 3. So what we're going to do, you're going to partner up again, and you're going to partner up on page 3. Now, on page 3, how this is going to work is you're going to see there's different sections. If you look up here, you'll see the top portion here, and then there's the handles, construction, steel, edges, and then the other brands. So in your partners, as you guys are role-playing this, so if I was partnered up with Grant, I would do this top one, he would do the handles. I would do construction, he does steel, I do edges, he does the bottom. And then we rotate and switch. Whatever he read, I read and read, and whatever he read, vice versa, you guys got it, right? Cool? So you're going to partner up, you're going to go through this. Try to get through it 2 or 3 times each. Here's why. This is the most important part of your entire presentation, because this is where you create a problem. Why is the problem the most important part? Because without a problem, there's no need for a what? Solution. So you got to create the problem first. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to read it, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video of the guy who taught me how to sell Cutco. I'm going to share his best practices. His name is Matt King. He retired from Cutco last year at $92 million in Cutco sales. Started selling Cutco in 1998. Did it all through college. Now he's in his late 30s and decided to move on from Cutco, and he decided to open up his own business. But he taught me how to sell. And this is from the archives, and this is a video on his best practices on this page on how to really maximize it. So when I play that video, your hand should hurt with how much notes you're taking on this page, but I want you to get familiar with the page before I give you the best practices. So go ahead, partner up. Any questions? Good? All right, go ahead and find your partner. Let's do this thing. Yeah, that's fine. Unless you didn't like those two. Do you want me to switch you out? They're bad kids.